Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I'm bringing you a new Twitch guide. I say guide. I'm going to be sharing some of my tips and tricks to kind of be the foundation of what it is to be a live streamer, and a few things that can help you out on your way to becoming more successful on Twitch and get a bigger audience with more people watching you, a lot more interaction, and just generally make your whole channel a lot more enhanced and positive. These are a few tips that I do use myself. I'm going to list 5 or 6, maybe something like that. None of these are all dead certain foolproof. These are all my opinions, my ideas, so don't think they guaranteed will make you a 1,000 viewer watched streamer overnight. These are just things that I do personally on my stream, and I expect that others probably do as well, just to make your stream a lot more professional, a lot better, and a place where people want to come and hang out and watch you play video games. So here's the guide then, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and if you get something out of it, please remember to like it, share it around with your friends, and also leave some comments in the comment section. Here we go. So guys, number 1 is quite an important one of the most important ones, and that is expectation. So all these guys that are getting 1,500 people minimum or more watching their streams, they've not done it overnight. They've not sat there one day, made a Twitch channel, and then the next day they are uber famous, massive YouTube and Twitch personalities over one night. It takes time, and I mean, I would expect your channel, if you start off with 0 people watching you, to get 400 or 500 followers within 6 months is your realistic goal. That's what I set out to do when I started my stream in March 2013. I thought, you know what, if I spend 6 months streaming and I get 400 or 500 people following me, then that is a good benchmark. As I say, you're not going to get 1,000 people watching you overnight. It's just not going to happen. That's not the way it is. People have already done their bit on Twitch for the last couple of years and established their name and get that viewership, and there's nothing that you're really going to be able to do to kind of undo that bond and take those people away and bring them to your stream. I would expect the first 6 months you'll probably be streaming to 5 people. That's it. That's the reality of it. You're going to be starting your streams, and 6 hours later you're going to have 5 people watching you still, and that's the realization of it, and you've got to push past that and don't get down by it. Don't be downhearted that only 5, 6, 7 people are watching your stream and talking to you. What you'll do and what you'll find is, if those 5, 6 people are quality people who will come around to your stream every time and talk to you every time you stream, then that's more important than having 100 people who don't give a fuck. That's me being completely honest, and I would much rather sit there and have a chat with 5 quality good people who come back again and again than stream to 100 people where no one cares. So yeah, the realization is you are going to have a tough time the first 6 months and beyond even. As I say, I've been doing it now a year and I've got about 1,600 followers, which is not a lot when you compare it to the top guys who have got 3, 4, 5, 6, 700,000 people who are followers of them. So don't get downhearted. Don't think that it's the end of the world because 3 months into your stream you've only got 20 followers. You've got to keep at it, you've got to keep positive, and you've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and at one point it will spark and there will be a lot more people coming to watch your stream. Okay, so tip number 2 is personality and honesty. So I see a lot of streamers streaming on Twitch, and I know for a fact that the minute they go off the camera they are not the same person. But then again, I've met a lot of Twitch streamers who are exactly like they are on camera, and that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be changing who you are, the things you do, the things you say to please other people. You should be doing exactly the way that you would do it and the person you are. There are millions of people that have Twitch accounts, and every single one of them persons or people, they're all different. Everyone's got different mindsets, everyone's got different opinions, everyone's got different things, and you shouldn't change the way you play, the way you act, and the way you say things just to make other people happy, because people will be able to see through it. People will be able to see that you're not being honest and that's not the person that you are, and trust me, you'll get a much more richer experience from streaming if you be the person you are and you act honestly and you say the things you want to say and do the things you want to do. That will definitely help you out by doing that, because if you do the things that you don't want to do just to make people happy, people will know you as a fake, and as I say, your personality will shine through, and that's what the people will learn to love and will grow to enjoy on your stream. Because I like to do my streams with a lot of energy. I chat really fast, as you probably know. That's just the person that I am. I'm very highly strung. I like getting things done. I like doing things in a professional way, and that comes across in the way that I live stream and the interaction I have with my viewers. So if someone comes into your stream and they're like, I fucking hate you, you're an idiot, you suck, Don't go back at them and be swearing at them and be horrible to them. Just be mature about it. Just act like the person that you are, and just try and keep it in check, really, because there's going to be a lot of trolls. But if you just maintain the positive vibes of what you want to give, then that's the way you should do it, and that's the way that people will give you respect. If you're not a funny person, that's okay. You might not be the world's funniest person. I'm sure that a lot of people don't find me funny, but some people will, and those people that do find you funny are the people that are going to come back and are going to keep watching your streams and are going to basically share what you love to other people, and then they're going to come in and watch you as well. So my second tip is be honest, be true to who you are. Do not change your personality for your viewers or other people, because your whole personality and your whole aura will prevail, because that's going to mean, number one, you're going to have a much better stream because you're going to be feeling honest and passionate about it and talk about what you want to talk about, and number two, your viewers are going to feel safe that you're an honest, decent person. Okay, so tip number 3 then, and another very, very important one, and I'm going to call this one social media tie-ins. As you know, Twitch is a large platform, but there are also larger platforms to get your content out there, and this applies not just to Twitch, this applies to anything that you do. So what I recommend doing is integrating your Twitch channel with your Twitter, your Facebook and your YouTube. Those are the core ones that I like to think you should associate with your whole stream and your whole gaming presence within the community. So number 1, everyone uses Twitter now. It's even more popular than Facebook. There's nothing better than me logging onto Twitter and seeing someone that I really enjoy streaming has just tweeted and said, I am now live. Because that means that if they've got 5,000-6,000 followers, which I haven't, I've got about 400, they will all see that. So if you are starting a stream off and you are got 20 people following you on Twitter, those 20 people are going to see what you've written, if they are on Twitter at the time, which means they're going to drop by and hang out. It's a massive thing, Twitter now, and it's got a massive social media presence. So what I would definitely recommend to do is link your Twitter up with your Twitch account, so that when you start streaming, it posts out for you. And also remain active on Twitter. If someone goes on there and says, hey Terrorhertz, great stream today, I always try and get back to them within a few hours, because they know that I care, and I care about how they feel about my stream as well. So always remain active on Twitter. Number 2 is your YouTube tie-ins. The best way to get your content through to people when you're not online streaming on Twitch is through YouTube. I don't particularly like going onto Twitch and then going through all the video highlights of the bigger streamers that I enjoy watching. The reason being, it takes me a long time to find the best bits, and if they're streamed for 7-8 hours, I don't want to sit there for 7-8 hours and there's about an hour's worth of content that I enjoy. If you can, get your Twitch highlights, and I'll put a link here of where you can download them. You download them in 30-minute chops, and then you can put them together in Sony Vegas, Final Cut, or Movie Maker, whatever you use. If you use YouTube to create your highlights reels and your best bits from your stream, that gives the people who have missed your stream a chance to go in and watch all the great things that you've been getting up to, and will enjoy the highlights of the stream there. So that's another great thing to do. Make sure that you get all of your highlights up onto YouTube, and as people go onto your YouTube, they'll divert to your Twitch when you're streaming, and vice versa. When you're not streaming, they'll go on your YouTube. It's probably one of the best ways to get your content out there when you're not online. And number 3 is Facebook, of course. I don't particularly use Facebook much anymore. I do on my personal account, but I just find that Twitter and your YouTube is a better extension of who you are in the presence of the whole community. So Facebook is cool to have it on there, post into that, but what I recommend to do is just link your Twitter or your Facebook, so whenever you post on Twitter about your stream, it goes through to your Facebook account, and if you do have Facebook friends, then they can share it out from there. But yeah, that's the 3rd tip for you guys, and that is your social media tie-ins. Definitely get them all hooked up, so that when you're streaming, everything's all tied into one, and you can get your presence out there to all the people in the community, and they will get more, well, it'll guarantee you more people coming to watch your stream. Okay guys, so tip number 4 is another very important one, and that is your schedule and keeping to it. There are a lot of different types of people in the world, and a lot of different types of streamers in the world. Some people, like myself, work full time, so I work 38 hours a week, and my stream has to fit in around my work rota. So I always plan my streams beforehand and put a schedule up online at the start of the month, so that people know exactly when I'm going to be online. That gives people who are fans of my stream time to organise their life to come and watch me stream. Obviously you've got the big guys who are basically full-time streamers, that is their job, they earn an income from that. But for people like me, who are a medium style streamer, you're not going to get that person online all the time. So uploading a schedule is definitely something worth doing, and even if you are a full-time streamer, getting a schedule online of exactly when you're going to be online is really going to help your fans know exactly when you're going to be around. And even if you are or you're not, that Twitter integration, like I spoke about earlier, tweet out and say, I'm not going to be streaming today because I've got to go and walk the dog. I'm not going to be streaming today because something. But it's always great to have a schedule up online that you can kind of work to and work towards, so that people know exactly when you're going to be online and can catch you. Another great thing to do is try and be consistent with streaming 3 times a week. I'm not a Twitch partner, but I know a lot about the Twitch system, and one of your prerequisites to be a partner is to stream 3 times a week minimum. I've always tried to keep it to 3 times a week when I haven't been on holiday and such, but it's definitely worth trying to keep it to that 3 streams a week. Obviously trying to fit it with a good few hours content as well, not just stream for 10 minutes and then turn it off. Trying to stream 3 times a week is one of the prerequisites of being a Twitch partner. I will post on the screen now a link to all the things that you do need to do to become a partner. As I say, I'm not there yet, but I'm trying, of course, like every other streamer in the whole world. But keeping that 3 times a week, being consistent, will definitely help you get there. Right then, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is professionalism and maturity. Both kind of come hand in hand. One thing I do like to say is that when you've got a Twitch page layout, make it look good. It's quite cool when someone goes to your page and you've got a really good design and layout that stands out, that people will remember. I have got massive OCD problems, as you can see on my page here that I'm going to show you guys is completely perpendicular. It's all in line, it's all nice and neat and tidy. There's nothing worse than going on a streamer's page and there's just bits everywhere, speedtest.net in the top left, Twitter logo in the bottom, loads of big blocky icons that you can't really understand. Make your stream page look really professional and make all of your social media tie in with it and make it all look the same. Kind of keep it all intertwined so that everything's very similar. One thing I do recommend as well is getting a good logo that stands out. This is where I'm going to plug myself a little bit. I can design you Twitch page layouts and logos and Twitter headers, Facebook headers, YouTube headers, etc. Just go onto my website here, check out all the details, and you can see exactly what I can offer. And I do work very cheaply. But if you do have someone, or you're quite a dab hand yourself with designing stuff, just make your page look good and make it look professional. Create a good logo for your stream, and it will definitely reap the rewards, because people will actually think you're a legitimate outfit. Another thing is maturity. Obviously there's a fine line between maturity and immaturity. Sometimes it's fine to be completely immature, have a bit of fun, a bit of banter with your viewers and act a bit silly, but there are times when being mature is massively important. I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people come in your stream to troll. It's as simple as that. I've had it, everyone's had it. I've been called all names under the sun. I've been called fat, I've been called ugly, I've been called stupid, I've been called shit of the game, I've been called a fat cunt. I'm only 12 stone, I'm not fat. People will come in and they'll be horrible to you. That is a fact. Some people get off on that, but you've got to remain mature. And when people are saying horrible things about what you're doing and what you're playing, you just got to say, you know what, obviously you don't like the stream, why don't you go and find someone else? That's just the way you're going to have to be. You've got to be mature about it. Don't sit there and start slagging them off, swearing at them, going, oh yeah, you're probably a 12-year-old still sucking your mum's tits, etc. That's not going to bode well. If you've got a few people watching you, they're instantly going to think you're a bit of a child and a bit immature. If you act mature with the trolls in your stream and just rise above it and be mature about it, your mods are going to sort it out for you anyway, or just ignore it, be the bigger man. Being mature, something, as I say, is quite important, because a lot of the time people will think you're a bit of a dick if you act up to the trolls. And as I say, try and make the whole outfit look professional. If your whole stream looks unprofessional, sounds unprofessional, it's not going to do well. Another thing as well, before you start streaming, make sure you've got the right gear. A PC that's going to be able to give you a flawless stream so that it doesn't lag, so that it doesn't cause problems in your games. Also that your overlays look good, so that your microphone sounds good as well, so that you don't sound muffled or anything. And I always recommend streaming at 720p. This is because it's a great medium for everyone around the world to connect to your Twitch and not have lag. I started streaming in 1080p Arma 3 when it first came out, and I was having people from Australia saying I literally can't watch it because I've got 1.2 meg download. So if you put it in 720p, you'll find a lot more people will be able to connect to your stream and have a much better experience watching it. As I say, make sure that you do a few dummy streams before you go and do it properly, just to test out your settings. I'm not going to go through all the XSplit and OBS stuff because there are loads of guides online. I'll post a few up now of links to videos, but just make sure that everything's all sorted out before you stream, and don't go into it half-heartedly. Make sure you've got a decent mic, make sure that you've got a decent headset so you can hear what's going on, make sure your stream works well, get your friends to have a look at you streaming when you first start and you've got 0 followers, just to make sure that it all runs okay, and just tweak it so that it always runs flawlessly. And again, that will add that professional element to your stream, and it will massively reap the benefits, and you won't have any downtime, and it will all work well and look good as well. So another great tip, and my last one of the video, is friends within the Twitch community. So one thing that I do recommend doing is looking at a game that you mainly play, for me it's DayZ, and going and hanging out in other bigger Twitch streamers' chats and meeting a lot of different people through there. So if you're chatting to a lot of the guys who are in the chat, if there's thousands of people watching and you're chatting to people, people will get to know you, and if they realise you're a streamer, will probably be quite likely to come and watch you play, especially if they like you from being in the chat. Also, if you are chatting to the streamer in question, it doesn't matter who it is, if you build up a good rapport with that person, it's quite likely that after some time they may well ask you to come and play some games with them, which will mean if they put your name in their header, if they're saying I'm playing with da 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 da, etc., then the people that are watching them will also most likely come and watch you as well, and will give you more follows and also more viewers. One thing I do recommend not doing though is going into people's Twitch stream chats and going, please come play with me, oh look, can I come join your server, etc. It's very annoying. It's happened to me quite a few times, but it's nothing worse when you're streaming, having good genuine conversation, let up with their squad that they're playing with to come and play with a viewer, unless they're doing a certain event. However, if you build up a good relationship and a good rapport with that person, then that may well happen, but as I say, don't go asking for it. Another thing which is good is if you get chatting with a big streamer and they like you, they may well invite you to their Twitch team. So I'm part of a Twitch team called Lads, which does feature some very, very big streamers on Twitch, and what that will do is that will mean that if there is a person streaming with like a few hundred people watching them and they come to the end of their stream, they will probably most likely go onto the community page on Twitch for that team and will see who's streaming and will dump all of their viewers onto you. So you've got 400 people watching them, they say I'm finishing my stream now, why don't you go and check out Terrorhertz. It's known as a bomb on Twitch, and all those viewers will then come over to your stream, will most likely follow you, because number one, you're being endorsed by that person. They've been watching that person for a few hours and they trust that person's opinion, therefore they trust that their opinion of you is good. So if they're sending them your way, they're going to be genuine good viewers, and most of them will probably stick around for a little while and check you out, most likely give you a follow, and again enhance your exposure within the Twitch community and also within the community that you're part of on Twitch. So getting into a Twitch team is quite important, but also it does lead should I say, to genuine friendships. I've met a lot of the guys I've met through streaming in real life, and we actually text each other, hang out, do certain things together because we're like-minded people and we've got a lot to chat about. So it's also a great way to actually meet other people with like-minded interests and actually become friends with these people, but it's also a great way of getting more exposure on your Twitch account. So guys, that concludes my guide into making a successful and a more watched Twitch account. As I say, these are my own opinions and the things that I do personally. You may not agree with them. If so, put in the comments why, and I may well make like another video a bit later on which goes more in depth to things. One thing I definitely will recommend to you is do not bot. It's one thing that is a massive peeve of mine and really annoys me. I was chatting to a few guys at Res recently about this and about how annoying it can be, and what botting is someone who's got say 30 followers on Twitch paying a service or a service provider a certain amount of money to put a lot of fake viewers in their streams. So for example, normally they've got 30 followers and one person watching them, and suddenly you see them shoot to right at the top of the page and they've got 2,000 people watching them and only 30 people actually follow them. This is a lie. They're paying for views, and unfortunately you will find that some of these guys actually do make it big and get partnered out of doing that, and it's really, really embarrassing, and I would hate to even be affiliated or associated with anything like that, because it's lying. There's no honesty in that, and how they can actually go on and think, oh, I'm doing a really great thing here by paying for views is beyond me. But as I say, I had a chat with a few people in the community about it. If someone messages you on Twitch and offers it to you, do not do it. Do not go Google searching for it. It's a waste of time. As I said before, if you've got 30 genuine people watching you and having a great conversation with you, that is better than 2,000 people who don't exist watching you. You may get more likes from it, but they're not genuine because they've only come there because you've been lying. It's the same with YouTube as well. Buying YouTube comments or likes or subscribers, again, is beyond me. There's nothing honest about that, and it's a bad thing to do, and what you'll find is that the tag tends to stick. If someone sees that you're botting and then logs in 2 weeks later and you've got 5,000 people following you and you've got 2,000 people watching you, you'll be associated with being a botter, and people in the community, number one, will not like you, and number two, your viewers will think, well, that guy's botting, what's the point? There's no real quality there, otherwise he'd have a good viewer account from being legitimate. So one thing I recommend to do is do not bot, because it pisses me off and it also pisses off a lot of people in the community, and it's quite embarrassing, I think, for a Twitch person to do that. Anyway, that concludes my guide, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you used some of the ideas I spoke about to your benefit, and I hope it helps out your stream somewhat. Please remember to like and subscribe the channel, what I do, if you did like the video and you do like my channel, and please remember to comment below with your thoughts on the video. I'm sorry it's gone on for quite a long time, but I thought I'd get some of the my points across, should I say, of things which will definitely help you amplify your Twitch view account and will help you be a more successful streamer on Twitch. Anyway guys, that concludes my video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all for a new video very soon. See you later on.